Alright, welcome back folks to more Disco Elysium, brought to us by Yashabe. Thank you for supporting the channel. And last time we played, we were looking for a gun. Also, we think we found a ruby. But, and the big but, is that, if we go to see Ruby, we're gonna enter the end game. Or at least that's what the game is telling us. Like, if we go there, something's gonna happen. And, yeah, it might not be good. You know, Ruby just closes off the subquests. Yeah, basically. Now, we could wait for, the lady and get our gun at 10 o'clock. But it is Thursday. I'm gonna assume we have a week to do this. But what do we do? Put the pieces together at the Felton mural. Well, we can do that. At least that. Where's the mural, though? I think it was around here. We gotta go south of the fishing village.
A drop in temperature, an easy flow there. An empty street before you, a thoroughfare unjammed with lorries. No more drivers smoking on hitch steps. Just silence.
What did the smoke smell like?
Chemically sweetened. Across the road, a forgotten bus stop. Corrosion has opened a hole in its roof. An elm tree watches over the building. Its branches are dripping with rain and snow. The road is smooth and motley, craters filled with a black asphalt. The asphalt, first laid, is grey already. A row of tenements are under construction in the distance.
What are the people who live across the road?
A tub warm with water, white with soap. A man bathes while radio waves transmit the lottery numbers. 4, 18, 21, 4, 1. A modern washing machine rattles a drawer full of silverware. His boyfriend is on his way home. He brings tins of meat and vegetables with him. Their pockets are heavier with money, but only slightly.
What about the bus stop?
Number 312D. Young girls used to come here, huddled up, hoping for more warmth than their thin coats give them. The bus took them to school. It has not run for 8 years. There were not enough girls to sustain its cost.
What about the road?
Craters pocked the surface. Children played in them until heavy trucks full of black pitch rolled in. The landowners have filled the craters with money. It is a vital artery of the flow of trade. There's one bump on the road. A dead dog lies flat about 200 paces away, right at the turn.
Dead dog.
Tragedy comes from the wheels of a fast RCM vehicle, hurrying to work. The cold washes over you. The sound of the sea has grown distant.
Oh, I hope it's not us.
The wind moves the aerosol. A detective stands behind the boom barrier. breeze moves a curl of his hair.
Are we in the right area? No, we can't go over there. Wait, where was the... was west? It was Kim for sure, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, you're right. It was definitely Kim, not us. We would never. Oh, there it is. Oh, wait a minute. What's this?
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the felled building? A building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions. Perhaps a basement access.
Let's look in.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
What's in there?
The pipe is sleek with rain.
What else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side. And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
We get into the building from this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around. And it's right here, a maintenance door.
Oh yeah, big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it.
Alright, let's try it.
The metal
Oh,
door is heavy.
super
and the
success.
flaking rust hurts your palms. But together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Good work. Shall we?
Oh, we didn't want to go in yet. No! I didn't want to see Ruby. I wanted my gun. Oh, well. Oh, well. Can I leave? Okay, we can leave. Sure like that mural. Yeah, what's in this mural? The one south of that. Over here. Interrogate the kid. We already did that, didn't we? Sus.
A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall, with another 7 shades standing 10 meters from them. A single person stands on the sideline. A host of men, they stand, ordinary people.
Is that?
Comrades. 7 men in the commandant. The one.
I don't know. Perhaps the one.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
Another likely.
Or maybe
Yeah. To be honest, if a
a cold sea behind this building, the other one.
There's another mural? What? Isn't that what we did? Or am I mistaken here?
Hello again. Sure, what's on your mind? But of course, what else?
No mural here. I don't get it. Or is it there?
Yes?
No. Got some money. Where we saw the guy. Could talk to Kim. Maybe.
Yes?
I want to talk about you.
Me?
Hey, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Come on, Lieutenant. Open up a little.
Ah, if you insist. What do you want to know?
Kim, you're wearing a Revolutionary Air Brigade jacket, aren't you?
What? This? It's just seasonal clothing.
And those look like airman pants. Good for storing tools in.
Where is this going?
You see, Kim, I have this place in my head where I develop new ideas and connections. Let's try that out.
Interesting. I think it's called a brain.
Oh.
It's no mere brain.
No, normal people don't have this. It's a mind laboratory, a spiritual R&D division. No, a palette. No, better yet, a painter's atelier of concepts.
Okay, art cup.
Or art cups. Okay, and in this atelier, I have realized that you harbor some kind of sentiment towards the Revolutionary Air Brigades.
I do not harbor a sentiment for revolutionary air brigades in particular.
Just air brigades, then?
Okay, I wanted to become an aerostatic pilot. Then I turned 10 and realized we no longer have an air force.
Are you sure the Revolutionary has nothing to do with this?
Absolutely nothing.
The revolutionary must have added a little luster to it for a 10-year-old Kitsuragi. He will never admit it, though.
Absolutely nothing?
I've noticed. And okay, the revolution employed a more forward-looking 8-rotor design. Their blades were foldable and their pilots were better trained and motivated. I see this from a purely tactical standpoint, of course.
It is not from a purely tactical standpoint. We are not ruling out that the lieutenant had a little rebel phase in that past.
Oh, thank you. My mind is satisfied.
Good.
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you have a little conversation with your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic.
Oh, okay.
But this isn't an old school case.
I get it. You're one of those old school detectives. So, how do you, you know, tap the side of your head? So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warning about anything? Which one do we go for? Old school detective?
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place.
Ah.
We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
That's all for now.
Good. Let's change the subject.
Well, we can wait till,
A metal payphone under a yellow...
no, we don't. Your phone. Either we go confront Ruby now, or we wait till 10 o'clock to get our gun. Church? I guess we can check out the church. Where we started, actually.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Take a closer look to the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
Staple.
The padlock passes through a staple that's been hastily attached to the wood. Closer inspection reveals that one of the screws is not a screw at all, but a nail. The work has been done recently and is unprofessional, to say the least. Should you want to get through, it might be easier to just pry the whole thing off.
Maybe we should circle the building first and look for another way. The building has seen enough mistreatment.
There is a touch of guilt in his voice.
The church will blow your mind. Why? Doesn't seem to be another area. There doesn't seem to be another way in there, Kim. Kimball, we gotta destroy it. To the right of it. No, there's nothing there.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut. You jam the pry bar between the lock and the staple and apply force. Your biceps bulge from the strain. The metal creaks and squeals. The pathetic old wood, rusty screws, and one nail stand no chance against the forces of leverage. From deep within, a bellow rips. Suddenly, the pry bar snaps. Metal shavings fly everywhere. The upper half, between the lock and the staple, falls to the ground with a thunk.
Look at the broken tool in your hand.
The broken edge of the snapped pry bar is smooth. Took the tip right off.
Oh no! How is this even possible?
Tools break, officer. Try to control yourself.
For example, see how calm I am, although you broke my favorite pry bar.
Broke the pry bar. Where do I get a new one?
I don't know. You don't? Or maybe we'll find a new one. I don't carry more than one pry bar with me. I thought this was a lousy way to enter a place of worship that's already in disrepair. I guess the church agreed.
This was surely just a freak accident.
So what, we can't go in? We just lost our pry bar? Gotta use your eyes now. Because there's a ladder here, but we can't do anything with it.
Yes?
Ladder there. Not possible to go through the door? I don't think so. Just busted our pry bar.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand. Nothing happens. Only the sound of.
I don't think that's going to work. Do you think our suspect is hiding inside?
No, I'm just curious.
The lieutenant nods. High above, the wind wraps the church in its rush, cold and wet from the ocean bay. It parts around the massive keel-shaped roof, like a test tunnel, washing both sides, the way it has done for 340 years. The wind keeps its distance. So should you.
What is this feeling?
There is a hole in my heart.
The lieutenant looks at the padlock. He didn't hear you asking. You were quiet enough.
Okay. The hole in my heart. When we see the ladders that lead up to there. Not much I can do about that. Green dots southeast. Oh, yeah, right.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where is your hat? So, you want a party? I have some question for you.
Huh?
Should have a hat on us.
So should you.
You don't have to do anything.
I should, and I do. Point at your hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too, if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
What? What? Oh, I don't like this person.
Your pulse rises.
Regain authority in her eyes. It's a red check.
Lots of feeling. Feel it up. Way up.
Oh my god. The hat? Is that what you just said to me? I can't believe you just told me to the hat.
You're saying it really loud, but it's not coming out right. Maybe add more indignation.
So I should just take this hat I'm wearing and it right? Engage in sexual intercourse with a hat right here in front of you because you told me so on the sea ice.
More.
Right here on the sea ice.
More.
Give you a little ice cop hat show. Puff your cheeks as if you can't even breathe from the sheer indignity of the affront. I'm sure Kim is like, what is going on?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
The lieutenant is watching the scene unfold before his eyes, unsure how to react.
Is that how you see me?
The girl looks down, slowly curling into a ball. That's it. You've earned it. Start crying. Life's hard.
Start crying. Should we start crying?
The young woman has kept her eyes trained on her wires, waiting for the sorry spectacle to end. But it's gone awful quiet up there. Then the sound of sobbing. Looking up, she sees a grown man on the wrong side of 40, his face bloated from alcohol and God knows what else. Not so quietly, crying.
A total breakdown for a hat.
This isn't really about the hat, is it?
No, it is. It so is. Anyway, I can't believe you would use obscenities like that in front of a police officer, and you should wear a hat too.
You know, you're not the only one with issues. I self-medicate. Shit. Life's a horror, you know? Crying helps, though. Get it out your system, and then maybe we can talk.
Do you want to talk about what just happened?
That's probably a good idea. What's there to talk about? I mean, it's just a natural conversation.
Normally, I'm opposed to discussing one's feelings, especially on duty. But I think this is an exceptional case. So, what do you think happened?
'Tis possible thou couldst persuade the lieutenant 'twas all a part of thy unorthodox method. But can thou persuade thyself?
A crygasm. I experienced a minor malfunction. I'm okay now. Convince yourself that you didn't melt down just now.
Thy pen of lies runneth dry. Best to simply deny the truth,
What?
bald-facedly.
What? Nothing happened.
So you're saying you didn't break down in tears just now and nearly tear your shirt off?
I never cried once in my life.
Uh-huh.
You could torture me, abandon me, even divorce me, and I'll be dry as a desert. Yes, sir.
Yes, I've definitely never seen you cry before, nor lent you my handkerchief to dry your tears.
Methinks my liege doth protest too much. A performance that would make the star of a radio melodrama blush.
Even so, in the future, could you please refrain from emoting too much on duty? The quasi-legal status of the RCM means we need to project strength twice as consistently as any other police force in the world.
Weakness is my strength. Okay, I'll control my emotions.
Not when projecting strength. then it's just weakness.
Sounds like typical macho to me. Okay, then it isn't strength. You're right. Let's agree with Kimball.
Thank you. Glad to hear it was minor. Can you go on?
Yes, it is my duty after all. Absolutely, superstars always get back up and try again. The end is near anyway. I might as well see it through. I can, and I'm sorry, Kim. I promise this is the last time.
Then let's go.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Squeeze in. Are we squeezing in? Or no way.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Poor Kim, this is a bad day for
I'm
him.
actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Beaker. Canisters of water.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll shake his hand.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead. Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
How many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Artisan for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Next time, watch yourself. There's no need, the place is pretty bad. Was there something you wanted? Next time, watch yourself.
I will, lawman.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it.
Enough histrionics. Histrionics? What are you talking about? I don't even know how to say
talking
that.
about Church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dopeheads. Burnouts.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Strike that. The word.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there were the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
I don't know, I'm a bit of a dopehead myself. I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch. I feel like you may be laying this on a bit thick. What's really so bad about these dopeheads and burnouts? I think this is the right answer.
They're spooky.
What do you mean, spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge.
Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just wanna spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
You haven't seen them, you want the police involved. Better safe than sorry. Anything you can tell me?
Yes, there's also the machinery.
This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
Water?
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
You haven't physically seen anyone.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
The woman, red hair maybe?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
But not really. Brown hair. Old. Heavy, dark sides.
So which one is it?
What Noid said.
Ruby's gone. The woman is someone else. You have to see for yourself. These people are not reliable.
What about something watching you?
Like, you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Non-human means a predator.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behaviour.
Are you sure this was a crab man?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
So, can you tell me about this machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it.
It means like one of those rich boy private radio stations, where you can listen to people getting killed on, then jerk off to it. Sick shit.
Not that we would know anything about that. Noid just likes to relay stuff.
He appears sincere enough, sire. You could, of course, be wrong.
We're getting derailed here. In short, you can tell to Noid about the machines. He'll tell you more.
So how can you be sure about the burnouts and dope heads if you haven't seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
Why not? Let's go with that.
I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument.
I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you.
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Sure. What?
Did you put the padlock on the door?
Yes. I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key.
All right.
Be the cool cop, catch the key as it flies towards you. Let it fall to the ground, then pick it up like a normal adult person.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool.
Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort.
Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye hole. In the looking ball. Man up. It's nothing. Pick the goddamn key up. Put it in your pocket and move on.
Your hand on the eye, pick up the key. I'm getting too old for this. Where were we?
My bad.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry. He didn't throw them better.
As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good. It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
You mean this one?
Oh wow! Right on your cop ledger. You like it?
Yeah, it's cool. It's super stupid. That's what it is. I think it reminded me of myself. Very modern. I'd like to learn more about it.
You're right. It's the harbinger of a new era. What would you like to know?
What's it supposed to be?
The dead guy smiling.
What does that mean? Why is the dead guy smiling?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths.
History is a lie? Shit.
The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
He could be drugged out of his mind.
Or drunk. Or in a clinical coma. Or glad to be dead. But those versions suck.
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by classical solarist modernism. But that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
Seems awesome.
It is. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
What's wrong with the supernatural?
Nothing's wrong with it. You should definitely be researched. You can still do sick shit with it though.
The sickest. That's perhaps why it should be researched.
The supernatural, so you think it's real. That's why it exists?
Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Why are you called the Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching?
Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this will be by getting us into the church.
Alright, we'll come back later. We'll talk to the girl. Talk about the crab man. No, we can talk to Egg. Now we can only sync the signs by doing the church. That's what he said.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
Hardcore!
Say nothing. Is it?
Hardcore!
Still say nothing. But is it? I mean, really?
Hardcore to the mega!
Alright.
Here comes the night!
could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
Solve the egghead puzzle.
The young man with
This is hardcore.
Say no- Is it?
It's hardcore!
I don't know what to say to that.
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger. Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibberdanger.
Okay. We gotta solve the egghead.
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the whirling in rags.
All car! All right! Yeah!
he furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
So hardcore.
Is it though?
Oh! I was just thinking that a moment ago. It is!
But is it? I mean, really?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here, so that things get totally transcendent. But you haven't gotten there yet, so you don't know what to say.
I was thinking that too.
I am the mic enforcer.
Oh man, what is this puzzle? The egghead puzzle.
We're close. True, hard, full, car. Hardcore.
But is it? I mean, really?
Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yeags and args. This produces a guttural, Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it.
The Y to the E to the A 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 to the G to the H to the A. Yeah!
He missed one A.
You missed an A there. Well, that's okay. I'm a pretty lenient cop. You missed an A there. I yelled mine with 6 A's, so you have to yell it with 6 too.
I'm the hard rhymer, the track attacker, the mic enforcer, the sixth checker. I am the law. We're close. True, hard, full, hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All car, all right, yeah!
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore!
So hardcore.
Is it though?
It is.
But is it?
Feels like you should reply with the very pinnacle of idiocy here.
Ah, we don't have the other,
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yekokata. The place to be.
Because Yekokata is the place to be. What does that mean?
Yekokata is a hardcore place. We're close. True. Hardcore is internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yekokata. The place to be.
I'm beginning to think this really doesn't have to do anything with the
It's
case.
the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion. The spirit is what you feel.
We need to become stupider. You have anything for that?
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core. All right. Yeah.
Please tell me what exactly you're doing.
Gotta get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I'm also a party boy.
2 on a track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core. Gotta get the people going. Yeah. Request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible. We're close. True. Hardcore is internally all core. Gotta get the people. I'm the party boy. It's
What is
my
a party
job.
boy?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally all core.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore.
No, but seriously, I'm a little worried. It isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I had asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question. We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core. All.
He furrows.
The question is, what is the question?
Just answer the question.
But there was no question.
We're getting outplayed by Egghead here.
Hardcore is internally all core.
He furrows.
Is it though?
I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life. We're close. True. Hardcore. Yeah.
This young man adds a capital.
The white. Yeah.
He missed one A.
It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice.
What if we got drunk? Who's that? Him wouldn't approve, right?
We're close. True. Hard. Full. Core. Hardcore. Hardcore is internally coherent. All core.
He furrows.
Hard. Is it though? But is it? I mean, really?
The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Why are there lunges on your belt buckle? You said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music? Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
You're not a thought reader, you're a communist.
Don't be a lunatic. Of course he is. Jermaine here just yells random things. Odds are, sooner or later one of them will come off as fault reading. Yeah! Reversion imperative! Unless you were thinking Reversion imperative right now. Anyway, I've had a similar thing happen with eggs yelling. I know what you mean.
You're right, I wasn't thinking that.
Hardcore superstar!
You're not a thought reader, you're a communist.
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though. Yeah! With a rebel yell!
It's good that you're not a communist anyway. You should be an ultra-liberal. Let's go.
I can be an ultra. If you want that, do you want me to be an ultra? Please don't turn him into an ultra-liberal.
Oh, jeez. Please don't do that. There's enough exploitation in the world.
Be an ultra-liberal, egghead. Capital needs your help. Don't be an ultra. Wait, what am I saying? Of course be an ultra-liberal. Don't be an ultra-liberal. The path is too hardcore. Is your real name Jermaine?
Hardcore! Jermaine Egghead!
Basically, yes it is.
Said you were worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore. Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper? It's like it's only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and...
Oh, we're calling it out as proto.
Wow! Culture cop! I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question? Try to think if anything could make it harder core. Wait, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
Me being the police isn't going to help us. It's more likely to hinder us.
Oh. No! This is the answer!
Try to think if anything could make it harder core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
As your mind works, the beat recedes from your ears. You hear your own blood pulsing through your head, nourishing your thoughts with oxygen. The rhythm is familiar.
Feel the movement of blood in your head.
The abstract shapes swelling in the foreground have done so in vain. This is a core matter. The answer in the double kick that moves the milliliters through your mind. The dark thud is the source of all rhythm. The inspiration behind mathematics. The hardcore.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails me.
I know! So does mine!
But there's something else that
can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
Let's try it.
You know it in your lungs where the pressure should vibrate, in your heart that's alone, and in your solar plexus where the hits should land. So does every chordate animal.
Needs more bass.
What?
And a melody. A good melody is what makes the song really stick. So you can't get it out of your head anymore.
Wow, okay. We should start with the melody. But where would we get that stuff from?
I don't know, I'm thinking you would know. Nowhere. I'm not gonna become some sort of anodic cop too. I've got enough Kappa types already.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about Nordic music. I'm just the party boy. I get the people going and say it's hardcore.
He feels ashamed he can't be of more service to the future of dance music.
I'll look into it in official capacity. It's up to the police to make beats go harder.
The young man falls silent with appreciation. He even tries to contain his smile, as if it could hinder your investigation.
Basically, what you need to find here is a tape with some banging music on it, so that Egghead could use it to remix Van Eyck's jam.
Yeah, maybe that street talker across the pawn shop has got some tapes to sell. That's just an idea.
There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. A reel of magnetic tape is caught in its branches, like bronze ribbons blowing in the wind.
I've been there.
Oh, I know this. I can tell you where it is.
St. G is the boulevard before the canal bridge. The one that takes you to the whirling in rags and the industrial harbour. It's got the lanterns and the...
I knew that. I could have said that.
and the mosaic sidewalk.
But it's all blocked with that stupid traffic jam right now. Anyway.
Feels cold.
Does it?
Anyway, that's all yours to figure out, Copman.
Copman!
I have the tape with me.
Tape! Yeah! Spins the tape until the space escape! Yeah!
I've got you this banging mega mix. Should we give him our mega mix? Yeah, sure, why not?
Alright! No! No! This is gonna make people scared! Keep it positive! Keep the love in the house! Yeah! Alright! Here comes the night!
Alright, let's go talk about Crabman. Time to go to the canal. I thought we were going in the church. No. Okay.
So, like, seriously, what's eating you, man?
There is a hint of pity in her eyes. Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing, and she wears thick black eyeliner. Most men wouldn't call her pretty. There is a manliness to her, a coarseness.
Yeah, can we talk for a minute?
I was wondering when you would come around. What's up?
I guess there's something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
I think it's the plight of the working class. Everyone's just mooching off the entrepreneurial class, shackling the doers. I think it's all these foreign people taking our jobs. People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good.
Oh, really?
The golem of capital runs rampant, smashing creators and slave alike. I fear the process is irreversible.
So the thing that's got you crying in front of strangers, is social justice.
Oh no, what have we become? I haven't seen much of this world, but from what I've seen, social justice is an adolescent term, almost liberal. What's got me shaken up is the people's struggle, and it's gotten me shaken up bad. No, that's probably not it, is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've had some questions about something else entirely.
Yeah, man, they're pretty bad.
It makes me sick thinking about the thousands, millions, billions. How many people are there actually? How many people are there in the world?
3.6 billion, not counting those in cell.
Really, that many? Reduces me to tears thinking about the 3.6 billion and God knows how many more in that Seoul place, crushed under the tyranny of the market.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Are you sure you're not just hung up on some chick, though?
Perhaps.
Now that you mention it, I found these letters I thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
Well, first, they had the faintest scent of chewing gum on them, and I could still smell it under the shit. They were written in a woman's hand, and oh boy, did reading them made me feel not good.
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
I remember her scent, and that's all.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I have reacted so strongly otherwise? Come to think of it, the whore could have written them to her lover. Well, we'll probably go with one.
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
I think it's more about me getting so unbelievably drunk that I completely erased all memory of this world.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
Probably not just booze.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
That's what I was saying, Logic.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What is Königstein wank?
You know, the psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
You know, I'm not sure this made things any better.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Might be for the best to keep that shit forgotten, actually. Just my opinion. If it itches, don't scratch.
Yes, but it itches really, really bad.
The others have told me you went inside the church. What are you seeing there?
Oh, that. You're not gonna believe me. There's no point in me telling you.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the others.
We'll see. Go ahead and tell me.
Okay. I went in and I saw a woman next to one of those machines there. Noid calls it a mainframe. She was dressed like someone who's been raised by their grandmother, you know, strange old clothes. Had this absent expression, didn't say anything, just stood still.
Go on.
And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled down the wall. Upside down like a crab, down the church wall. I think the woman didn't even know he was there. He was completely silent. He stopped right before he got to the floor, then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out. End of story.
Like a crab, you say?
What did this crab man look like?
It was too dark. I couldn't tell exactly.
Come on, she obviously could. She already went into detail.
Come on, quit stalling on me. What did he look like?
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that only made it scarier in a way.
A crab and a banger?
Well, Kim does not believe it.
Yes, a banger, as in a mess gang member. I know what it sounds like, but that's what I saw.
You were wrong. I do believe you.
Why?
Sounds too ludicrous for a lie.
I guess so. Anyway, what else?
Have you seen a red-haired woman?
No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast.
Considering what we're trying to do here, doesn't sound like a good sign.
Superstition. We can turn the grim desolation into a fun dance club, and thus also help turn this hellhole around.
What's the device you got there?
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Nice. You could maybe bug someone with it. Wiretapping.
How does this thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Elysium.
What's the Elysium?
Oh man, you haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole. It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Sounds interesting. Who is this Arno guy? Sounds like a place for congregating homosexuals. Okay, guys, which one are we gonna take? Of course, I didn't even need to ask.
Yeah, there might be some. I don't think they look down on the homosexual underground there. The Elysium's not that kind of place. It's cool.
Because I have a major problem with homosexuals. Major problem. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. This Elysium just sounded like their kind of place. Oh no, you completely misunderstood me. I might be a homosexual myself. Which one are we taking, guys?
Oh, well, good for you.
Now about that Arno guy you mentioned.
Oh yeah. I guess even with your modern take on sexuality, you wouldn't be in the Van Eyck demographic.
Hey, didn't Piss and Fuck the World mention Van Eyck too?
Is it like a skull thing?
A skull thing? Man, you sound like 100 years old when you say that.
Oh no.
No, you don't. She's mistaken you for an old person. Say you're cool.
I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
Is that some kind of term for the homosexual underground?
I'm not sure, but I have concrete evidence that I rock in the form of a wrecked tape player and a totally trashed hotel room. Hostel room. Neither do I, actually. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Get down, grind? Means I'm hip beyond my years. This boomer talk.
That's cool.
You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man.
Oh no!
Was there something else? About the contact mic, perhaps? Okay.
Actually,
Sure. Contact mic. Same place I got the recorder from. Sure. Okay. Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones.
What
I think
happened
I
to the
just recorded your
headphones? Oh,
footsteps
sorry.
too. Not sure how that will sound. My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
And what are these recordings for? The cracks of the footsteps.
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
The girl is cold all of a sudden. Very cold.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
She looks at the recording device. The thing she thought would fill her hours with joy and escape. It's turning out to be an empty fantasy. She feels childish. Very useless all of a sudden. She is on some kind of stimulant, amphetamine or methadone, and its effects are wearing off fast. She will begin to experience more and more valleys now, and fewer peaks.
Take this, you're cold.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Give her the hat. Now this is where a hat would come in handy.
Thanks.
Oh, my good hat. No.
Yeah, the boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
The boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, inside the tent.
And why is that?
Are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Didn't you see it yourself? It's mostly music stuff. Like this tape recorder, but bigger.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold? Why are we rubbing it in? Why not leave it outside so you don't have to freeze? What do we do? What do we do, chat? What do we do, the boys? Do we rub it in? Or question?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. Go ahead.
Let's try an empathy check.
The device is cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic cover. Underneath you see a reel of tape rolling. You put the device back on the ice.
It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Palaceum. Except that, yeah.
The floorboards are twisting, and the shooting beams are slowly cracking, like bones. Far east of the Golden Delta, beyond the industrial port, there is a black patch of unlit coast with the smallest creatures on the ice. There will never be a club for anodic music here. Not in a million years.
What is an anodic dance music?
You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments.
Oh, we learned it. Like what?
Synthesizers and tape consoles. Microcomputers too. Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Also found sounds, stuff like that.
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. That is what the future will look like, if it ever comes.
Go ahead.
We'll
Okay, bye.
we'll put an empathy point and then we'll try again.
shaggy head.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us?
Yeah, we're gonna help you.
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? We can...
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice with the drugs wearing off at your age or any age in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who built this world intended it to be better for you, but they failed. It's easier to live in their failure with this by your side.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It's not a childish fantasy. It can be a real weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
The dark. Nothing. If you got this, don't be scared. What's with the dark?
I know. I'll stick to it.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal. A fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
Can we have the mic?
Sure. Contact Mike. Same place I got the record. Oh man, it's a new...
Thinking about it really cheers her up.
Oh yeah. I guess even with your modern take on sexuality, you wouldn't be...
Hey, didn't piss...
Yes? Okay. Sure. The mic? I don't know. Okay.
I realized that we have no hat now. Because we gave it away like an idiot. Well, let's wear this. Man, the hat was so good too. What a mistake. How do you drink? Hey, wait a minute. What is that? A shortcut.
A pane of eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough.
What is this?
It looks like a makeshift bridge. Could be convenient.
The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
How do you use that? The game refuses. Well, let's go check out a tape for hardcore reasons. And then go into the church. A church.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Got any tapes?
Tapes? You mean like music tapes? No, music is out. Don't listen to music. I sell extremely cool sunglasses if you want to get your mojo going.
No idea where I can find some tapes?
Tapes? Tapes are everywhere. They're worthless. Kids throw them in the trees There's one in the bushes, right behind this lorry. No one would ever throw a good pair of high-quality plastic sunglasses in the bushes, mister.
To the west, dark brown ribbons of tape hang from the tree, flowing in the wind. You should have a look. It's better than nothing. The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze. Just like promised, you've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages.
Let's pat the tree.
Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102. Underneath a slogan, mankind, be vigilant. You tree-hugging pansy.
Oh no!
The gnarled hawthorn tree en route is like an immaculate labyrinth. The magnetic tape twists and turns around the branches. You just can't get it loose. All you've done is make your fingers bleed from the thorns.
I have interfacing clothes. I don't think so. No. They have some speed. I knew how to use them. No.
The gnarled hawthorn tree en Rue de Saint like an immaculate you just can't get it.
Jeez. We'll go buy some, we'll go buy some healing after this.
Hawthorn tree en Rue de Saint with slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to respool it. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with.
What's the tape for?
For Egghead.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
I think at least one of the ravers would know how to fix a broken tape if they want to set up a nightclub.
You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses.
Alright. All that for hardcore.
Hello again. How can I help you? You mean Reese Poley? Yeah, I do, but
I need this. Great. Could you do it, please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone.
I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty worthless.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Hey, you take care of the film tape all the time. Isn't that the same? Worthless. It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh? What do you mean?
You know that old church down the coast?
Yes. What about it?
Met some young ravers near the place. They want to turn the church into a nightclub and play some weird neo-disco beats there. They call it anodic dance music. I promise to help them with that.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it. No bass. It just goes bzz, bzz, bzz. This tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing.
Thanks for the help.
Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs.
Yeah, my pleasure. I do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility, okay?
All right. We got the tape. Time to hardcore it up. But we also need to heal. We haven't found the ghoul.
A colorful display.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
You're still under-the-counter vices.
No, Frit only sells legal drugs, like the law says.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Okay, here. I hope. Okay, here. I hope. Okay, here. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel.
All drugged up. Gotta get my stats up, you know? Do you want to know where the bull is? Sure. Where is it? It's in the cursed commercial area. The cursed commercial area? No, you'd think it'd be around here. Alright, let's see that hardcore music.
The The large-headed youth has closed his eyes, lost in the music. Sensing you, he opens them.
Good morning! Yeah! Pump it up! Pump it up! Pump it up!
I found this reel of tape. Maybe you can use it to hard up your X jam.
Yeah! Remix time! Tape goes here, into deck B.
A hand on his ear, he listens to the audio through his headphones and shouts.
Wow! Did you get this from Arno himself?
A great excitement is bubbling to the surface within him. This is big.
What do you mean?
Listen, I'm just going to show it to you. Ready? Wow! Here's that! The signs match perfectly! Now if only we had the beat for the full assault, it would be unbelievably hyper!
Intriguing. The way I see it, Van Eyck based his remix on some famous original piece, like a folk song, something local. Seems you found an initial part with the main melody.
I think it's just happenstance. Chaos in action. Contingencies of our limited existence. That and Egghead's fantastic talent.
Noid's right. Egghead's technical talent is the key. No, this is definitely part of the same song. Something cut from it. It fits too well. Something mysterious is going on here.
Maybe Arno van Eyck lives around here and just threw a part of this song away because he thought it was Andre's got it. Sounds like a local song remixed. I agree with Noid. It's just luck and Egghead's incredible mixing skills. Picking one.
Be how it may, if it fits, it fits! Bring up the volume!
What about the bass? Do you have any ideas for that?
Yeah, I'll remember. You said it needs more bass.
You can't just leave it without a bass track.
Oh no. Should we finish the task or proceed with the task?
Yo, the warrior! The warrior of dance music!
Don't be too hard on yourself if you don't figure it out. I think the jam's already pretty ultra.
But it could be hyper hardcore! Lungs are for love! When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back.
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
A dopamine surge.
Oh no,
hits the
we're healing.
words. It feels like electricity flowing down your scalp.
We had free healing and we blew it. Well, it's time to go to the the church. A church.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open. Feels like electricity and a very small piece of...
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Should walk here, not run. Complex equations. Radio frequencies. Decks of reel-to-reel tape spinning on empty. Recording something.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should probably let it be. It's becoming clear that there's no trace of the suspect anywhere inside the church.
Yes, but what is this strange thing? Point at the machine. Let me investigate it. Step behind the computer. You're right, let's get out of here. Knowledge is power. Yeah, but what does that mean? That's not an option.
A radio computer. We have one down at the station. No, I don't know how to operate it or what it's used for. Let's go.
This is the Ream Prefect radio computer, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Investigate it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no, it was already glowing and now it's also making a sound? It's probably some alien CO-like technology.
Oh no!
The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
What's the personal log? What's Fortress Accident? What are you, a machine? Or are you alive? Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne. Now please repeat. Is this the personal log?
She repeats passwords. Programming people are paranoid.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid. Yvonne, my partner here, Says that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid. Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am? Terrible answers, both of them.
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian repeater station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
On an island on the river Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio equipment. Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark. Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Should we... empathy?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk all day to people like you over a warm cup of tea.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me why you're calling Fortress Accident.
What's the personal log?
The filament you have inserted into the core.
Oh, right. Thanks for the explanation. In that glowing thing with the tape on it that says log?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this the personal log?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad. A login attempt. Something a criminal would do.
Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all.
Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent.
Find out. More stuff around here. Like Crabman.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as you can. Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing. It's beginning to worry me.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Whatever it is, it's definitely real. Something odd is happening around us.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look up the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead. It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
Follow the shadows movement.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Crabman?
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Prepare for an attack. Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. It's climbing down holding on the beams. You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
What the hell is that?
Is that a man? A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The Crab Man.
Are you the Crab Man?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Was not expecting that kind of voice. Right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Oh, hell no. Run away. Yeah, I guess I have been, I've had a bit of a problem. It's getting out of hand lately, but I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. I don't know anything about alcohol use.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Great, more patronizing, so original. Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering. How do you know what I'm feeling? I'm actually here on behalf of some young people looking to establish a nightclub. How do you know what I'm feeling?
I was like you once, just dragging my feet to the next bar. Shit was dark, Holmes.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe, just maybe, you should pay attention. Look at these crazies. What is this? A fucking intervention?
Are we having an intervention with Wall Guy and Kimball?
Fuck you, Crabman! You don't tell us what to do! Tell him!
For some reason, I feel like you have a point there. Adjust your time. Who do you think you are? Some crazy guy under the roof? What is this? You know, alcohol is central to my identity. If I wouldn't drink, I wouldn't just be me. This is stupid. I don't even know what this is. This is all well and good, but we need to talk about the unlicensed occupation of this ecclesiastic property.
The grave's coming for your little identity sooner than you think, Holmes. You sure you're ready? The mother could set you free from all that shit. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
I'm gonna ask you again. Are you the Crab Man? Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub. You know where the other spooker is? Okay then.
Never known myself to be a crab, but if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
It's your neighbors who came up with this name, not me.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
What were you before you became a crabman?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
So many people are losing their memory. Certain portent of doom. I lost my memory too, and it haunts me. I lost my memory too, but I like it. It's like I get to create a whole new me, start again from scratch. So, you used to be in a gang, but you don't really remember it. Sounds convenient.
That's not really the point, I say. You gotta give yourself over to service. Service of the mother, that is.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. My name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellas, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry. Extend your hand. My name's Harrier Dubois, and my place in the world is Lieutenant Double Yefrater. I don't do names either. Names are out. I don't care what mine is. Let's go full on, yeah.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
You know where the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Oh wait, so there is another person living in the church, and it's... Vegeta? Vegeta?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
He just said the word.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
You mean like a fugitive? No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
How can you not know when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
You got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who she is?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Have you by any chance heard the Vegeta say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
Yes, it's for first-degree murder investigation.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Thanks. Bye.
I think we're done here, Essay.
That was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
We know the password now.
Machine's keyboard is still the speaker.
Good afternoon. Votre accident en Saint-Brune. Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Let's read the print.
The first entry made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
You think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Alright, let's read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Wait, narcotics?
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
Then why doth the lieutenant protest against spending time here so often? 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss.
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Artists, programmers, Alexi, who are all these people?
Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
She must be describing a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51, a new 2-meter aux cable, noodles, crackers, ping-ping energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum, also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Uh-oh.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're looking for a suspect in a murder investigation. We thought they might be hiding here.
No one's hiding here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her. After
Ooh. Well, we will find out next time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Special thanks once again to Yashabe for supporting the channel. And I don't know if we're going to be playing this tomorrow or Friday. We'll see with chat on well, tomorrow. On that, yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.